Hi everyone, thank you for watching DevRelCon Tokyo 2021 speaker interview session. Yes, I'm today's host Taiji as a co-organizer of this conference. For this interview session, I will introduce one of awesome speakers and have chatting. It takes only 15 minutes. Please have fun. Today's guest is Aditya Oberai at Major League Hacking. Please welcome Aditya. Hi,
Hey,
how's it going?
all good here. What about you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. So the how at the situation in your country under the COVID-19. I I'm afraid of your country. So it's hard to buy every day the under COVID-19. Is it okay? And your family? Wow, great.
Fortunately, we've been lucky so far,
Mm-hmm,
and I'm hoping we all stay well. It's definitely a difficult situation, and
mm-hmm,
on a day-on, day-off basis, there's some news coming in from
mm-hmm.
our friends, our relatives, somewhere or the other. And it's
Right,
just that it's a difficult situation, and I hope we're able to persevere through like
mm,
we have been so far.
right. I see. Um, Thank you for joining today. Then this session, the purpose of this session is for the audience to know you and for more people to be interested in your session of DevRelCon Tokyo 2021, right? At first, could you please introduce yourself for audiences?
Sure. Thank you so much. So, hey everyone, thank you so much for joining in. I am Aditya Oberai, and of course, while I'm also currently a junior pursuing my computer science engineering here at Amity University in India, I have been very actively working with tech communities and hackathons for the last 1.5 years. Currently, I am active as a hackathon coach at Major League Hacking, and I'm also active in communities in various capacities, such as a Microsoft Learn student ambassador, an I am Remarkable facilitator, as well as more recently a Twilio champion. So I am here to, of course, I love .NET, I love Azure, I love all different technologies, and I'm very happy to be here with all of you.
Right, thank you. So you are the Microsoft student ambassador, right? How did you get to become the ambassador the in for your situation? If you can describe it about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Microsoft Student Ambassadors, it's a global program for folks in universities and schools who are really passionate about technology, passionate about taking those experience and helping and
Mm-hmm.
educating their communities.
Mm-hmm.
So, they have an application that tends to stay open all year round.
Mm-hmm.
Participants are selected in cohorts. I remember when I had applied, they used to accept only once a year. Since then, of course, it's gone up to about 3 times. And in my application, it asked me to educate about one topic. It asked me to create a video about how I am passionate about tech and how I want to inspire my community, as well as
Mm-hmm.
talk about my own skills around promotions and about growth there. So it really tries to look at an overall balance. It takes a balanced perspective of an individual and how they can help and grow their communities. So they asked about all of these in the application form, and
Mm-hmm.
I was fortunate enough to get in at the time I did.
I see. I see. So I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with Microsoft Ambassador program, but actually I used to be a Microsoft MVP. So I guess that these two programs that are very similar. They're for
Yes,
kind
absolutely.
of for enterprise and for students,
Yeah,
right? I
exactly.
see.
That's exactly what it is. What the MVPs are in the professional space, student ambassadors are in
Mm-hmm.
universities and colleges.
I see. I see. Great. Okay, so if you want to describe yourself, the more your personality, the for the audiences, such kind of such as your hobbies or your uh, in on your day off, usually what do you do for your free time? So you can describe for audiences.
Absolutely. So when I find time for myself beyond my work, beyond my classes, beyond academia, I try to spend most of my time e-meeting, interacting with folks in communities all around. I think for me personally, when I started off in my university, I did not find such seniors or in the guidance that I believe I needed at that time. And I think a part of my work has been to focus around creating that sort of opportunity for mentorship for students who are now trying to get involved in communities or trying to get better in their own professional spaces. And that's something I really enjoy working on. And one of the means that I've been doing that through is hackathons. So
I see.
that's about
I see. I see. Yeah, exactly. The in also in my case, the before joining IBM, I sometimes to join any hackathons to make any applications on my day off, not my work. Yeah, but it's a hobby, and it's um, it maybe it the part of my job a little bit. Yeah. Great. Okay. Anyway, so next, I'd like to ask you about your talk session on the day. Your talk title is "Why DevRel Needs More Students to Lead," right? So, could you please introduce your session for the audiences, but no
yes,
spoilers. No spoilers. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think for me, this session, this topic is something that I have thought about. I have, as I've looked back at my last 1.5 years in tech communities while collaborating and working with all of these different programs and communities. I think one thing that is very special about students in universities and colleges is that while we are still in a space of academia, we're still at a time where our first priority is upskilling and growing ourselves. We are just at this juncture, at this doorway where we have one foot into the industry as well. So we are able to learn about and access as well as work with technologies that have real world applications that are standards in the industry, and we have enough time to work with other folks, to collaborate, to learn, to build, and to share. And I think that what that allows us to do is that allows us to focus on the people around us, on the communities around us, while not leaving our academic priorities and our upskilling behind. And that's actually a very, very special thing, to be honest, because I think as we grow older, as we get more and more active in the industry, finding time for activities beyond work is definitely a lot more challenging than it is as a student. And even throughout my 1.5 years, as I have tried to work with communities, as I have tried to create my own initiatives and try to help people, I've realized that more and more students are getting active in these spaces. On a regular basis, I see students are now leading communities. I mean, even in India, for example, as I look at the chat, I see some names here like Siddharth, Saksham. I saw Karthik up there. They're leading communities here. They're trying to work with students. They're working with professionals, and they're making such an amazing impact. So it's really all about this impact that students can create, the impact students are creating right now, how organizations are supporting students like this, to support their communities. It's all of these that I will talk about in my session.
I see. It seems that that sounds great. That it seems that you are the very specialist for community activities. Yeah, I think that so. You have great career that of the community leading, community managing, and some community activities. All right. So I
Yes.
strongly recommend every guys who want to be involved in the developer community or user communities should attend your talk on the conference day. Yeah. Okay. So, do you have anything else you want to say for audiences about your session or your private or your work or your company or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing that I really want to say is that while I was very lucky to
Mhm,
start my journey into communities through an organization supported program that was by Microsoft,
mhm,
it does not take an organization's support to get started in communities. I think if you have the motivation to help people, if you're trying to
I
learn
see. Yeah.
yourself, you can always get your start in. So please don't let
Mhm,
this lack of validation, I think it somehow becomes a sort of validation for folks, but this is not something you need to wait for. And the community really needs more and more people active. As much as it's been growing, as much as it's really scaled in this virtual scenario, because we're not limited by location anymore. We can interact
mhm,
with folks from all across the world right now, just sitting at our computers and our mobiles. So it really doesn't take a lot to get
mhm,
access to
mhm.
communities, but please don't let the support or validation of an organization stop you from contributing. Anyone and everyone can contribute.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So, does Microsoft have any global conferences for the Microsoft student ambassadors?
Yes, we do. In fact, so earlier, until things shifted to a virtual format, we
Mm-hmm.
used to have three region-wise conferences in which the top 50 ambassadors from the APAC region, the
Uh-huh.
EMEA region,
Mm-hmm.
and the Americas were invited.
Separated.
Yeah, there were three separate conferences.
Okay.
Since the
Right.
virtual transition this year, we had
Mm-hmm.
one global summit, which was
Mm-hmm.
held virtually for all participants, all student ambassadors.
All
And
right.
of course, while this was closed off, this was an internal conference. This was for
Mm-hmm.
all active student ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, we have student ambassadors involved in a variety of other conferences as well,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft Ignite and Microsoft Build. Now
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
some of
Mm-hmm.
our leading, some of our more active student ambassadors join in a few
Mm-hmm.
sessions. And apart from that, Student Zone and Learning Zone are very, very active
I
that way.
see.
Along with that, we've also had two collaborated conferences with the global AI community.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely have a lot of activity happening on that end as well.
I see. I see. For the user community, I believe that it's important to have the global conference or global events to connect each other over the countries.
Absolutely.
Right. Right. Yeah. Great. So, uh, almost the time. So, if you have any topics, I would like to bring this session to close. Okay. Right. Aditya, thank you for your time today. And I hope you also will enjoy DevRelCon Tokyo 2021 with us. Right? Okay.
Absolutely. Can't wait for it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon again. Bye.
Bye.
Right. Thank you for watching this speaker's interview session. Uh, Announcing again, our conference, DevRelCon Tokyo 2021, will be held on June 5th. Save the date and waiting that day. Thanks again, everyone. See you at the conference. Bye for now.